time for 3 and Out with Mike and Rob.
Hey, folks, welcome into 3 and Out. I'm Mike Tabak.
And I'm Rob Lascano.
3 minutes, one topic. We're out of here.
Okay.
And we're going to go through a series of 3 and Outs here where we're going to do that favorite thing where somebody says, if you could start your own professional sports franchise, which athlete would you start that franchise with?
Okay.
Well, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to go by sport. And we're going to start today with football, but we're going to do two things. We're going to pick a player, one player, to start our franchise, and one coach.
So I'm the owner, and I get to pick my fantasy player and my fantasy coach.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's start with players.
All right.
I think mine's pretty easy. Defending Super Bowl champion and MVP of the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you're going with Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
All right.
Nobody could play the game better than Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going with Peyton Manning.
And Peyton Manning, to me, is the best quarterback in the NFL, but there's more upside on Rodgers because of youth.
Yes, there is.
I think.
There is.
Peyton
You're
Manning's
right.
not a young man anymore.
No, he's not, but I think he's still young enough to give you another 5, 6, 7, 8 years of quality quarterback.
And this is the start of your franchise.
Right.
That's where you'd be comfortable.
Right.
You'd say, you know what, starting my franchise, I don't want to look 10 years down the road because, let's face it, 10 years in football is an eternity.
Right. So it is.
So there's really nothing that says your guy's going to be there in 10 years. So, okay, good choice.
Who would you pick as a coach?
One guy I know is going to put in 130% and win every single year, Bill Belichick.
Wow, really?
I can't stand the guy. If I'm the owner, I'd put his office at the other end of the stadium and I'd never see him, but I know he'd be putting in 120, 30, 40% to win every game, every day of his life.
Even with the Spygate and all that stuff or whatever.
I would get him all the video cameras he needs.
Wow.
That's me, man. That's how I roll.
Good. Well, he's successful. I think he'd coach for another 10 years.
Oh,
at least
he could coach for another 20 years.
Wow.
I got to tell you, he is so dedicated to his craft. There's absolutely nobody else I would take. I love Mike McCarthy, but I don't think he's a better coach than Bill Belichick. I don't think he dedicates himself more than Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's the man.
I'd have to go with a guy who's not coaching. It was John Gruden.
Okay.
I think he will be coaching pretty soon.
There's a guy who's got a ton of upside for an entire franchise.
And a ton of years left, I believe. And I think he would be the guy for me that would start my thing. Can you imagine him and Peyton Manning together on a squad? It'd be unbelievable. He never really had a quarterback. You know, he still won a Super Bowl with an average quarterback, Brad Johnson.
Could he tell Peyton where to stick it if he had to?
I think he could.
Would Peyton listen?
I think he would.
Maybe.
I think they would.
I think it could work.
Well
I think
together,
that could actually work very well. Gruden's enough of an offensive guy that he could learn to open up Peyton Manning up a little bit.
I think so.
That's our fantasy leagues in NFL. What are yours? That's 3 and Out.
That was 3 and Out with Mike and Rob.